What is up, Libra? How are you guys doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We go see what's going on with you guys in the first week of November. November week 1. So I do have a big announcement to make. I'll make it as quick as possible. First of all, if you need a personal reading, you can find a link to my website in the description of this video. But the announcement is it's finally that time of year again. So we are running our Black Friday sale all month long. So that's on everything. Zoom calls are $75 off. General personal readings, buy one, get one, half off. And the full 3-question full personal readings have an extra question added on for free. So you can read up all about that on my website. It's going to be going on all November. So the link is in the description. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see how the energy's looking. How's the energy looking, universe? Between Libra and the person they're dealing with. How's it looking? How's it looking? Ooh, King of Pentacles reverse. Seven of Cups reversed. Damn dog, 10 of Swords though. Well, first of all, it doesn't really look like the person you're dealing with has had a whole lot of success when it comes to trying to replace you. I don't know what the details of that are. I don't know if they just can't fucking meet nobody. Or maybe they left you for someone and that person turned out to be not better than you at all. I don't know. I don't know what it means. But their little mission to try to replace you has so far been very unsuccessful. I don't know. Honestly, it kind of looks to me like you're getting so jaded and disillusioned from this whole situation that you're thinking about just going ahead and throwing in the white towel altogether. I think the person you're dealing with is contemplating whether or not it would be a good idea to attempt reconciliation. But I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of movement. I think you might intimidate this person a little bit. Maybe a little bit. For some of you, you'll be reconnecting with this person, but I don't really think I'm seeing a reconciliation attempt happening here. I don't think so. Some of you are dealing with an Aquarius. I also have Leo, Sagittarius. But, you know, it could be anybody. Those are just energies. All right, well, let's see how they feel about you at the deepest level. What are their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? They feel like they failed. Yeah. They feel like they failed. I think it's hard to put words to. I guess the only thing I could really say is they feel a little bit embarrassed. They feel stupid about something. I don't know. Failed in regards to what? I don't know. Maybe they feel like they failed in a relationship, or especially those of you dealing with somebody that thought they were just going to run off and find somebody else real quick. They are starting to realize how stupid they look, you know. For some of you, maybe this is just a good old classic case of didn't know what they had until it was gone type shit, you know. But there's still, here's the thing though. Feelings or no feelings, they're still very, very guarded and defensive. And as long as this energy is still in place, no matter what you try to do, it ain't going to go nowhere. It ain't going to go nowhere. So, Ace of Cups reversed. I don't even really know if this person's priorities are in the right spot. You know? Okay. Well, let's get the advice. Well, I tell you what, this is telling me that this karmic tie needs to be closed, cleared. That's what this is telling me. You know that I normally try to avoid just telling you to go straight to that. So I'm going to be careful with the way I word this. Your energetic tie to this person is blocking the next person from coming in. It's blocking you from taking your next path, whatever that path may be. For the majority of you, it's the next person due to come in. And this energetic tie needs to be, I'm not saying you have to be glowing and floating on a cloud and shit and rainbows before you take your next path, but this energetic tie, a lot of this energy needs to be released. A whole lot. For those of you dealing with a situation that ended a long time ago, like 6 months, 8 months, a year or more, I think now it's appropriate for a closure message to close this out. Remember, a closure message is not a conversation, it's a closure message. It's meant for one thing and one thing only, and that is to clear the air and clear the energy. You know, that's all it's meant for. Don't even think about what you're going to do next until you clear the air and clear the energy. The primary law is the law of vibration. If the vibration isn't cleared, the energy is going to continue repeating itself no matter what you do, no matter who you get with. So I normally advise a closure message to be a last case scenario. When you have done the best you can to release as much energy as possible and you still got that pesky energy thread that you just can't let go of, that's when most of the time, 8 to 9 times out of 10, as long as your energy and your intentions are on point, that closure message will untie the rest of that energy. Takes a few months. But if you're dealing with a situation that ended very recently, you want to take a little bit more time. You want to take some more time. If I was you, if this ended recently, I would be ready and willing to dedicate no less than the first half of 2026 to getting on a new path and becoming a new person, right? If you do attempt reconciliation with this person, it is highly likely that you will repeat the cycle. If you're able to release it, the next person due to come in vibrates at a completely different frequency. That'll demand a different version of you, okay? And those of you who pull that off successfully are going to look back at this person and laugh, okay? All right, let's see how things are looking with your love interest. Libra and the person that you're interested in. Anything happening in the first week in November? What's happening in the first week in November, man? Ooh, King of Swords reversed. Maybe you're starting to suspect that this person's playing mind games with you. The King of Swords reversed is a pretty good mind game player. I'm not really seeing y'all cutting ties or parting ways. I think you're starting to become suspicious of this individual. Yeah, you're starting to be, yeah, man, whoa. I'm not seeing you cutting ties with this individual, but it's starting to become real tense up in here. The tension getting so thick, you can smell it, you can touch it, you can cut it with a knife. Getting real suspicious and real tense up in here. For some of you, it might erupt into some drama, potentially. Because you're just getting to a point where you're just thinking this person's just playing games with you and giving you the runaround. You know? And if you can manage to see through the tension, some of you are going to kind of start to realize that the connection just doesn't really feel like it once did. Some of you dealing with an Aries. I also have Leo and Gemini. Leo again. Again, it could be anybody. Those are just energies. All right. Well, let's see their feelings, energies, and intentions. Time for the moment of truth. T-R-O-O-F. Truth. Ooh, karmic wheel reversed. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Two of Cups reversed. That's what I thought. Eight of Cups every time, like clockwork. Every time. Oh, and the Seven of Cups. Every time. Every time I read a new connection or potential new connection, what comes out? The past. The past. So this person's still tightly, energetically tied to a past person. And they got their options open. It would not surprise me if they had a DM full of other people. I can tell you this much, they would if they could. If they had a dozen other people that would give them the time of day, they would have a DM full of other people. So, do you think that it would be a challenge for this person to date around and talk to a bunch of different people? Hey, maybe not. Maybe. But they would if they could. I don't think they're trying to settle down. I don't think so. So, damn dog. Yeah, I think your intuition is pretty accurate. Let's get the advice. Look, I told you all a couple of weeks ago, for the last few months of the year, it's time to either clean house or repeat the cycle. So, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep carrying this energy into 2026? Or are we going to clear the energetic pathway and release any energy that's holding us back? As long as this person knows that you are interested in them, there should be no holdup. There should not. It blows my mind, and with my general personal readings, how many people say that the person they're dealing with knows they're interested. I went into it thinking that if you're going to come to me for a general personal reading about your love interest, then they're not going to know. They may not know that you're interested. You know, because why else would there be a holdup? What other legitimate reason is there for the connection to be floating in limbo? Unless maybe I haven't really told you how I feel. That's understandable. But if you know how I feel, what's the holdup? If you know how I feel, why would you make me wait? Because you don't want to be with me, right? Simple. It's real simple. So my hands are kind of tied on this right here. There's not very many ways to ambiguate this message. Not really. Not really. The only thing I can say is I think you really need to have a serious talk with this person about where this is going. I'm telling you, if they've strung you along for weeks or months, they'll continue to string you along for weeks and months. If you let people do what they want, they will show you what they want. When they show you what they want, believe them. Okay? All right, well, I feel like that was the message that my Libra family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. For those of you just now tuning in, we are running our Black Friday sale all November long. $75 off Zoom calls. Buy one, get one half off general personal readings. And the full personal readings get a free question added on. So 4 questions in total for the full personal readings. All the information for that is on my website, tarotwithrich.com. Link is in the description. All right. I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.